All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers out there who push the word in all truth and in all sincerity. And the brother and I, we were just talking about how basically, this world, they believe that they actually have, wisdom, knowledge, that their ways are correct. And it's funny because really it's all foolishness. This world doesn't really promote true wisdom out here, all right? Because really can I get this real quick for you, Ak?
Okay.
It says in the book of Sirach here that the knowledge of wickedness is in wisdom, all right? And that's what this place pushes, all right? This is what it says in Sirach 19 and 22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Okay? So, this knowledge that they push out here, it's not real wisdom. It's really a death style, okay? Because really when you think about everything that they push, it somehow leads you into like some type of financial debt, a disease, you dying, man, ultimately,
Yeah.
But, if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments, they, as it says in the scriptures, is as a fountain of life. Hey, you're gonna you're gonna gain immortality, man. All right. But see, these people don't get it. They think that we're a bunch of fools, that we're nobodies. Because as the scriptures say, was it? I'm just gonna get it through the Spirit, Salaki. But they did this to the apostles too as well. They said that they were ignorant men that didn't know things. They were unlearned. They see us as as nobodies because we don't have. A lot of us don't have college degrees. We didn't go to theological schools. We don't have these big businesses where we're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, so on and so forth. So they think that we're fools and jokes, man. All right. And it says here, Acts 4 and 13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh Shai. And that's what these people are actually starting to realize, that we're not normal men, okay? That we have godly knowledge. They do see it though, man, all right? Because we don't act like the normal, typical Israelite, typical so-called black, Latino, or Native American. And they're not used to it. So it's very hard for them to judge us, man. All right? But all in all, though, just dealing with these people, you got to remember that they're on a very, very low vibration. And they're very base, man. Okay? Even the ones that are, so-called, I guess you could say renowned, the, what do you call it? The lawyers, the doctors, the big businessmen.
Yep. I was meditating. I was like really thinking about this today. Joseph, man, because my mistaken. Joseph means Hebrew and the laughter. Hebrew means the laughter, and I was really like pondering about this and like really like.
No, that's Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah, it's Joseph is
fruit.
Joseph is to add on, I believe.
To add on.
Yeah. But Isaac is laughter for sure.
I was really thinking about Joseph, how he basically saved Egypt. You know what I mean? He was made basically number 2 to Pharaoh. Same thing with Ezra. He was counted wise. Daniel
Daniel
both got the gold chains, counted wise. And these are men These are men who I guess you could say, in the sense they prospered in society because of the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not because of what they so-called knew from, I guess you could say the world, but it was ultimately because they feared the Lord, man. Real quick, you could grab Sirach 127 real quick.
127, all right, this is Sirach, chapter 1 and 27, and it reads, For the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight.
Yep. And that's self-explanatory, man. That's why these men were allowed to fucking prosper, man. That's why these men, they were redeemed through all their hardships. You know what I mean? The Lord saved them in that time of trouble, ultimately because they feared. He gave them the instruction. He gave them the discernment. The Spirit was with them. Hey, when you talk to these people, when these people are gonna be put in those hardships, they're gonna fold, man. Like they're okay in these fucking this quote unquote worldly life or their day-to-day aspects, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But wait till they're put in the real situations, man. Wait till their faith really, yeah, that's the best way to say it. Wait till their faith is tried.
Yeah. And even like, some of them go through some like worldly situations now and they fold, man.
Yep.
Let alone the day of the Lord, A lot of these people, they fold when like real adversity comes, their way, man. A lot of these people, they're all actors, man. They're hypocrites.
Damn, you know what that?
They're all professional actors, basically. From the lawyers to these doctors to these businessmen, all right, to these entertainers. All right. These people are, these people have no true, wisdom. They have no foundation. All right. Everything they believe in is, smoke and mirrors, man. A fantasy land, okay, and that's America. Realistically, the beast, system, Esau Edom structure, which is crumbling right before everyone's eyes, man.
I looked up that like how you said the Joseph the add-on,
yeah,
Yawasop, hey, and that's heavy, man, because the Lord is increasing us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we're doing, the Lord is increasing us, man. He's making what's the word I'm looking for? Profitable, so to speak, man.
Yeah, prosperous.
Yeah, like these people, they're so-called increasing, but these people are actually decreasing, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this the Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 1 and it's like in 1 Corinthians 1 and I think we said we would start this one at
26 will probably be like the best spot because
I'm gonna start at 28. No, I'm gonna start 20. It says, "Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world?" Hey, because when it comes down to it, man, when the day of Jacob's trouble comes, hey, your macroeconomics and your fucking what else are they teaching these schools?
Microeconomics, what is it? The banking system, or how to start a business,
college diplomas.
Yeah,
all that bullshit is not gonna matter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It tell you the truth, it doesn't matter now because you got people who got these things and they can't do a damn thing with it, man.
Yeah, like I remember, like before we started this video, I was talking to the brother and I was dealing with basically these two lawyers. They weren't actual lawyers yet. They were like in pre-law. I don't even know what you want to call it exactly. But they were like talking about like, finding their first jobs as a lawyer. And they were talking about that they're barely going to make like $40,000 a year. Mm-hmm. And the brother and I were talking about it with your living expenses mixed with you having to pay loans off, mixed with you having to play the role of a lawyer, buying the suits, going to happy hour, getting the shoes, so on and so forth. That's a joke. You're making basically less than minimum wage, man, realistically.
And that's if your parents are rich.
Yeah.
God forbid you put yourself in that type of financial hole. You know what I mean? And it's funny you said the lawyers, because we was thinking, hey, when Rome fell, you had a great influx of lawyers. It was so oversaturated that basically lawyers would fight when you would have the big court. I want to not synagogue, you'd have the big square. That's what I'm trying to say. The big square where in the middle where everybody met. The town
marketplace, the agora.
Yep. And these lawyers would basically be fighting for work, man. They would literally fist fight just to, hey, who's gonna get this next shekel? That's how bad it was. And these are the so-called men of renown. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This the
men of renown.
The nobles.
Yeah, the nobles, all there.
I'm gonna skip up to verse 26. It's for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So yeah, the Lord can get a LeBron James in the truth if you want, but the Lord doesn't really go after that. The Lord is really gonna pick who He wants to pick, man. He has a brother for every brother, man. You know, the Lord is gonna have somebody you gravitate towards in this truth. You know, someone to speak to you, to give you the words. It's, you know, the scripture that comes to my mind is what says, "We know in part, prophesy in part." Man, you know. It says, "But Yahweh have chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise, and have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty." And that's the pulling down the strongholds, man. You have these theologians that come up. You have these doctors that come up. You know, talking about people that come up to the line, who are supposed to have all the answers, and get confounded, man. And they're gonna be confounded in that day because they don't have all the answers, man.
Yep.
It says, "In the base things of the world to confound the things which are despised, and Yahweh have chosen." It says, "Yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are." And that's what we're doing right now. We're pulling down the strongholds, and we're showing you what real rulership is, what real education is, man. You know, we're showing you how to really live, what the real, you could say, legal system is. You know, how you're supposed to deal with situations and carry yourself. You know, the prophets literally touch on every aspect of life.
Yeah, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, he created laws that touch on every aspect of life.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is, you're going to have a law and an answer. And see, in this society, it doesn't provide that. And a lot of people are really finding that out now. You know, they're finding out that this system is corrupt. There's loopholes. You know, there's no true justice. Okay? And, you know, people are losing it out here. And a lot of people, they're just getting confounded. As the scriptures had just said, man. You know, these people that are renowned are looking like fools, man. Looking like fools, you know, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord has, what was this scripture where it says, talks about the Lord gave us a mouth where they can't gainsay nor resist.
Yeah.
Can you get that? I'll read it for you. I just can't remember where it's at. I think it's in Luke. Could be wrong. But basically, the Lord has given us this wisdom, all right, where no one can gainsay nor resist, man.
Yeah, I got you. This is Luke 21:15.
Okay, 21:15.
It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which your adversary shall not be able to gainsay nor resist."
That's right. And the Lord has put this wisdom in our mouth, and no one can gainsay it. Okay, no one can sit there and disprove it. No matter how hard they try, they'll never win. Okay, and they can't even resist either, because really a lot of these people, they may, you know, laugh, mock, you know, scoff, you know, but when they walk off, they inquire about it, man, on their own time. When they go back home, they start doing research. So some of these scoffers have said it, like, and they actually become, because I think it even tells you that in the scriptures, basically convinced the gainsayer. You have certain people who were actually scoffers at one point, and they did the research, put their time in, and they get convinced that this is the truth.
Yep.
And a lot of people are finding out that this is the truth. What we're saying is correct, no matter what. And that's where that fear is coming in now, because if what we're saying is right, that means certain things aren't going to look good for certain people.
And they inherited lies.
Yep.
And that's what it's coming down to, man. Because eventually the talk is gonna stop, man. Eventually there's gonna be actions behind the words. You got anything else?
No.
I'm gonna jump over this 1 Corinthians 6. I mean, it's like 1 Corinthians 2 and start at 4. It says, "In my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but of demonstration of the Spirit and of power." So yeah, there's power behind our words. That power is Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And these people know it. That's why they fight so hard. That's why at some point they're gonna try to put us to death, because they know these words are faithful and true, man. They can't disprove anything that we're saying. Even when they fight against it, they only end up proving it, man. And what's really the ultimate proving factor is the fact that the prophecies, you know, we said these things, but all these things were said before they would happen, man. And no one else has those type of answers. It says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yahweh. And you know, hey, ultimately we have that faith, man. You know, hey, we didn't. Damn, you know what? Can you grab I think it's first Ezra's, no, Salaki, second Ezra's 1, where it says you have seen no prophets. You know, most of these people, they require a sign, man. Like, they want the prophets of old to come back and work these crazy miracles and do all that. But you know what? People would see that and still wouldn't believe, man.
Yeah.
I think it's towards the end.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, I think Yahweh Shai said that, if I'm not mistaken, to the Pharisees. He said something like, you had Moses, and I forgot who else, and basically the prophets, man, and you still didn't believe. No, Abraham. I forgot how it's exactly worded. I know I'm butchering it right now, but he was telling the same thing. I think it was like Abraham and Moses, because they were getting basically in the law aspect, and he was saying basically that, look, you didn't believe them, and your forefathers didn't believe them, which that goes into the reincarnation, that because they are their forefathers, saying that in that time period you didn't believe them either, man. You say that you preach this word. That you believe in this law, this, and the third, but you really don't, man. These people don't. Hey, man, you give them all these signs and they still don't believe, man.
Yeah.
Because the Lord's really speaking right now. It's not even like, oh, it's a weird coincidence. You know what I mean? This, that, and the third. You might have something happen here or there, and that's it. Stuff is happening worldwide simultaneously, and not only just like maybe one prophecy, such as like maybe the uproaring of the people. You have natural disasters everywhere. You have the beast technology, the mark of the beast coming out at such a rapid rate. You have World War III building up. You have men of the Lord waking up. These are all signs, man. These are all signs, but you people still don't believe. Hey, but it's not meant for you though. But I'm gonna get that scripture that the brother called for. 2nd Ezra 1 and 36. They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them.
Yep, and that goes right in hand with the prophecy in Baruch, man. How it would be scattered basically among the nations, turning to a small number. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah will give us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding back, the ears to hear him. It's not like Moses just popped up in the reincarnation and started working miracles, man. This is all of faith. These things are prophesied, and that's what's really scaring these people, man, because they can't explain the great influx, the great awakening of the nation of Israel, man. Because you got to really think, and it is a mighty feat, and it's still ultimately through the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, of what Esau accomplished, man. He was the perfect devil to rule this long, to conquer the way he conquered, basically to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, hey, including his own people, man. It was a mighty feat, man. But the Lord's gonna take him down, man. And people can't believe that, but they're seeing it. And hey, that's the whole thing. This world is given to the hand of Esau. It's given to the hand of wicked. They can't fathom that this guy's going down, man. They can't fathom that all this time Esau Edom, this red man, has been wrong. And that's really the mightiest thing, man, because these people are going to be in for a great awakening, man. They can't fathom that wisdom of Solomon 5, the strangeness of his salvation. They can't fathom that this is the nation of Israel, man.
A lot of people don't even believe in the Most High, period.
Good.
And that's what's really going to get them, because they're so used to these miracles that Esau has, brought to the world, so to speak, man. Because the scriptures do talk about the beast and how it basically brought these miracles, and that people were deceived and all that, I know I'm kind of like mixing some scriptures together, but it talks about those miracles. And those miracles include the atomic nuclear bomb, this RFID chip technology, man. Because that's going to be a miracle, man. All right? When somebody that has been blind, they insert this chip in their, into their spinal cord, and it basically taps into their, to their nervous system, and it goes into their brain, and now they can see. That's a miracle. Or when somebody that's amputated, they have what is that called, prosthetic, arm. That basically that robotic arm can be moved with your thoughts as if it was your normal arm. Okay? So those are some miracles, man. People, see, they believe in what they call now science. Okay? That's what they believe in. They don't believe in the Most High, that there's a creator of heaven and earth. They don't believe that anymore, man. And that's because of Esau and his lies and his great wonders, man. And those wonders, the Lord gave them that power, that knowledge and technology, man.
Yep.
See, these people don't consider that. They don't think that the Most High gave this to this man. But they're going to find out real soon that this is all of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
So he's not a god, he's just a man.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody has a blessing, man. The Lord, that's, people want to always deal with that equality. Hey, the Lord gave the nations blessings, he gave us the blessing, man. And that's what they're going to realize. Hey, when the Lord takes this hedge away from Esau, and when he makes his return back to this earth, people are going to realize, hey, who the real Lord is, man. Who the real power is. Because right now, they reverence Esau as God, man.
Yep.
But I'm going to jump back over this, the Corinthians, what was it, another verse though?
For the what?
The signs, the prophets. Is that it?
That was pretty much it, yeah.
This is back, 1 Corinthians 2 verse 6. It says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect. It says, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor the princes of this world that come to naught. Yeah, so the wisdom of this world perishes, man. If you follow, you can't be in your right mind following after the one and only God who has no repentance in this earth, man. Whose seed line is going to be eradicated out of not only this world, but the world to come. You can't follow a man like that, man. His ways are as death. It's like hurt. So I'm thinking about fucking Eve, but Esau's ways is as death, man. Like you saying, this dude lives this guy has no repentance to come.
Yep.
You can't follow it unless you pursue it to John 8, but you can't follow after a guy like that. It says.
What it said, hey. Read that one part. One more time, Salaki. Read that again.
It says, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect.
And that's what we do. And that's only a small remnant.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of people. And the reason why is because, I'm going to read this, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4, it says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, neither dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So wisdom is not going to dwell with a malicious soul, one that sins, okay? All right? The one that's, given up to sin, that actually it does it willfully. And then that's these people, basically, man.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get it, man. So this wisdom is only meant for a few. Hey, but those few people, the ones that look foolish in this world, is confounding the wise of this place.
Yep.
All right? And because I forget where it says it, but basically, foolishness with the Most High is like is basically more wise than the knowledge of this world. I'm like roughly paraphrasing. Is it in Corinthians?
It is. I think it's the 4th chapter though.
No, I know I was butchering that, but basically, hey, the foolishness with the Most High, his foolishness is wiser than the things of this world, man. All right. Okay. You see that all right? Because I can't remember where that's at.
Psalm 1 and 25. Slaki. 1 Corinthians 1 and 25.
Yeah, I'll get it real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 25. Or it's like 1 Corinthians 1 and 25. Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. Okay? So the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than your mortal thoughts, man. Okay, what you think is right and wrong. All right.
Yeah, what you feel.
Oh God.
And so that's the whole thing about this. That goes right like with that do as thou wilt, man. Do as you feel. Do what you think is right. Now we have a whole guidebook, man. We have all the laws, statutes, commandments given right unto us, basically to govern ourselves, man.
Yep.
And you see what happens when this is why what is that Isaiah where it says Basically, this is why Esau has to be eradicated, man. So he doesn't build cities. We have the remnant. You see what happens when wicked rulership is established. This whole world has to be basically purged through ICBM nuclear fire right now. You know what I mean? The only righteous thing coming out of this world is the elect. That's the only thing that's going to be saved, the elect and the 1/3. But you see what has to happen to the world when basically you rule with wickedness, man. Jump back over. This 1 Corinthians 2 verse 7. It says, but we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery, basically the parables, even the hidden wisdom which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory. It's only elect that are going to get this, man. Hey, to the rest of these things is done to them in parables, man. It says, which none of the princes of this world knew, for had they known it, they would have not crucified the Lord of glory. Yeah, so even going back then, man, had they known what they were doing, they wouldn't have crucified Yahushua. You know what I mean? Had they really inquired. But see, that's the thing with these people. They don't inquire, man. Tells you that in the first chapter of Isaiah. And that's why the 2/3 are such a great number, man, especially of our people, because they don't inquire, man. This is given unto them. Of course, you have to be chosen, but hey, the elect are gonna be saved, man, because the elect are the only ones who are gonna hearken unto the words, man. The only ones who are gonna basically change their ways, apply the scriptures. Let me see. I think it was one more. I know we read that was the second chapter. No, we read the first. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to read this one. It's 1 Corinthians 3, start at 18. It says, let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. And that's us, you know, because we have experience in that. You know, we could say like, oh yeah, it was so-called wise. The scripture you read in the Sirach, the wisdom of knowledge and wisdom. Let's go, Islam.
Yeah, I think it's the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing, man. You gotta fucking forsake. When you enter into this truth, you gotta forsake everything you so-called once knew, man. You can't bring that bullshit into the truth, man. You gotta start over as newborn babes. You have a need that one teach you again. You know, yeah, you're not gonna get it basically, man, because it's not gonna mix, man. It says, let no man deceive himself. If any among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. And that's going to be the state of this whole world right now, man. Hey, all these people who think they got it all figured out, they're going to be taking this is nothing but calamities waiting for these people, man. Because had they hearkened unto the prophets, had they hearkened unto the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai, they would be redeemed. You know, but these people are going to be taken, man. They didn't want to humble down. Hey, even just the humility aspect, saying even just saying maybe I'm wrong. These people can't even fathom the idea of fucking being wrong. In this society, nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody's right all the time. You know, I deal with it at the job with coworkers or whatnot. You know, somewhere it's like, you know, you got to get people to look at things 2 and 3 times. Like no, just really look at it. You know. But then people are like, oh yeah, I fucked up. People can't even say they fucked up. You know, people will come at you super hard and it'd be like, oh, you did this wrong, you did that. And you could, you know, have the humility and be like, oh, I fucked up. You know what I mean? Take the low. There's no taking the low with these people. That's why this world's gonna really be destroyed, man. The major thing is that pride. You know? Let me see. You got anything yet? Damn, you read that, I think it's 2nd Ezra, it's like 15, 17. We just got to end it with that, because that scripture always makes me, I think it's 15, 17. It talks about the world being destroyed for that pride, the cities. That one always, that's really what makes me happy, man. Hey, knowing, Abba Ratazah, we retain it and are the elect, that the Lord chose us to go out here and prophesy on the highways and byways And we have this chance of repentance, man, being able to govern the whole world.
This one, 2 Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them. Then the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah, that was on point. Yeah, and that's gonna be the state of the world, man. Hey, because they didn't want to hearken, they didn't want to change their ways. Hey, when repentance was yet open to them, when they had the liberty, so fuck them. But hey, with that, we're gonna say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Salutations to all y'all pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.